Hi, it's Sam from POW. It's been a while since I've done a video for the community. What I just wanted to go through and aim at is a setup for the new 100k low cost accounts, how to maybe effectively set yourself up, and the process which I'm following now in order to trade on these accounts effectively and not get caught out with any nasty surprises. So you can see here on the screen my FX book. I've got a trend with max sequence. Now my max sequence on this particular example is 3 max sequence per day. The reason why I wanted to do that is I wanted to be in and out the market where it was good and we'd notified the trends, and I wanted to sit out of any potential reversals. So for me, 3 max sequences a day could be 3 trades, or it could be just a couple of trades with a smaller sequence. Wanted to give it a go and just see how effective it is. And you can see from these results, October the 6th to October the 27th, so 3 weeks, it's banked 1.6%. Now this isn't live on an account, this is the start of me getting ready to use this particular approach on a funded account. Now you'll notice that there is a drawdown there, 2.99%. Max daily loss on these accounts are 3%. Now, what I've been able to do over these last 3 weeks is have a look at what's been working well, what hasn't, and on this particular example, it was GBP, JPY. That pair caused me some drawdown issues, so I decided to remove it. After the drawdown had, come back in and closed in profit, I decided to remove it. So originally, 4 pairs, GBP, JPY, GBP CAD, gold, and Euro USD. So I've removed GBP, JPY from here, but you can see it did bank, 0.5% in total. Now, I would still be 1.2-ish% over 3 weeks, which is perfectly fine. If I can withdraw 1 to 2% per month, it's just extra income to add, to whatever else you've got going on. But what I wanted to highlight here was it's about having that data and not trying to jump into the account straight away. It's about understanding what's working, what isn't, so that when you do go live, you've not got any nasty surprises. So you can see from the rest of the time, I'm, well within my daily loss allowance here. When I was trying to look for this portfolio, I was trying to keep my drawdown per set file to around 500. So it's been working quite well. Now it's time to update this account. Reoptimized over the weekend, was due for me to get it live onto my account yesterday, but unfortunately I was a little bit ill, so it's just been pushed back a day or two. But I just want to take you through the process now of how easy it is to retest, reoptimize, and just get this set up on the account next. So we've got the auto tester. This is the setup. This is how I was setting up this particular test. It was to run over the weekend, and you can see I'm running with the 3 pairs now. Completely missed out GBP, JPY, and I'm just going to use the 3 pairs on this account. Trend strategy with max sequence in my optimization file, you can see here. And we were doing a 3-month back test, so only a short back test, but I prefer shorter back tests because I can maybe maximize a little bit of profit. It means that I might need to reoptimize a little bit sooner, but that is absolutely fine based on the tools we've got here. So I ran that over the weekend, and then obviously today it's just been a case of collating the results and going through and building the portfolio. I have ran these in the background, but I'll talk you through the process and just show you how easy it's been. So on this particular approach, when I've run it through Set Finder, I've put target drawdown of 500, but when I move through to the next stage, I will not be using the apply multiplier. I have my optimization files at a lot size of 0.1 for the starting lot, and that is what I'm happy with. I'm going to run it through Set Generator. I'm going to save the set files, knowing that my lot sizes at the end are going to be starting at 0.1. So when I see them trading on the account, it's going to be a lot better for my psychology, knowing that I've not picked a set file which is going to run away with some big lot sizes. So even though I've selected the 500 there, it's just a case of filtering it through. And when I go to Set Generator, I've gone through my results. Gold's got some really strong ones on there, and I've actually sifted the top 10 sets through every pair. So gold, GBP CAD, again, it was just a case of sifting. You can see there I've got generate magic number on, but I've unticked apply multiplier. So when I've clicked generate set and save these into their areas, I know that I've got 30 set files. Then when I've run them through the processor, so the processor will give me the data on them, it will give me the graphs, I'm able to have a look through. My test was a 3-month test, so we were from the 11th of July till the 11th of October. Now what I've done is My out of sample test is 2 weeks on this, so I'm going to actually run it until the 25th of October. So I've got my test data finishing on the 11th of October, and I'm going to run 2 weeks out of sample just to see how it reacted, if it was still consistent, and that just gives me a bit more confirmation that these set files are quite robust for what we're wanting to use. So after that's been gone through all those 30 set files, we've gone down to the HTML hunter, and this is where I've been through the data, and there's no right or wrong answer here. It's what you prefer to look at, whether that's trade times, whether it's how many sequences of trades you have in one sequence, or it could be your lot sizes. Now you can see here that on these examples I've selected 3 gold files. I've exported them to another file just to keep them separate, but you can see here if I just click on open graphs, I can have a look at how good they are, how consistent they are. The consistency on that one is absolutely perfect. And I've just got to look at the drawdowns here. Because I'm not changing the multiplier, I've essentially got to make sure that that still fits well within what I want to do. So yes, the top 2 are a little on the higher edge, but then we've got this one here, max drawdown of 200. So I've done that for all 3 pairs, hunted them, saved them into the exported folder, and then just ran them through our portfolio picker. Showed them where the results are saved that I've just exported, build me the portfolios. I should have put max sets 3 here, but I'm only using max same symbol use of 1, so it's only going to give me 1 for each pair anyway. And you can see it's generated me 4 portfolios. Peak drawdowns around 700 for all of them, which is absolutely fine, well within where I want to be, and managed it quite effectively. I've got the 3 set files here, which has showed me Euro USD, GBP CAD, and gold, and I've just put $600 drawdown in here just to see the highlight of when this has gone over. So Euro USD, we know from looking at that example previously, it was on the higher end of the drawdowns, but you can see 2 of those instances were on the same day, so within the same sequence, just at a later stage in there. And I think if I probably put this down to 500 and analyze, it's going to be the same sort of time frame on this sequence. So it's the end of the sequence, or it's coming into back into a more positive drawdown. As you can see, it's obviously closed there. So show graph, we'll just have a look at the cumulative result of this. 7 to 8% in a 3-month test period, 3 months plus the 2 weeks out of sample, and we could be hoping for anywhere between 1.5 2.2% per month. Absolutely perfect and absolutely key to where I want to be. Don't forget, you can always scale this up, providing you've got the margin in your account and you're not pushing the lot sizes too much. There's nothing to stop me getting to grips with my drawdown data here, making sure it's consistent and just switching it up a little bit. Again, I could always switch it down. It all just depends on what you're wanting to achieve from that. So how easy is it going to be to get this onto my new portfolio? And I'll just show you that in 1 second. Okay, so let's get this loaded up onto my MT5 portfolio. So this is the MT5 terminal that has been running this particular approach. As you can see I've got allow new sequences set to false, and that's because on Friday, when I knew that I was going to be changing this portfolio, I've gone into my properties and I've put allow new sequence to false. So if there was any open sequences, I've allowed them to close out, but I've told it do not continue to trade. And that is a great tool for not forgetting to remove it from the EA. Once you've got to a point, on the Thursday or Friday before you want to retest, just allow that new sequence to false. And it means that when it closes out, you don't have to worry about closing trades that were in a loss, or keeping trades open for longer than you need to. So I'm just going to close that MT5 terminal down. I'm actually just going to remove these as well. So I'll just remove those, and I'll just close down the charts, close down my MT5 terminal. Now, this sequence here, I want to export profile, and I'm going to call trend with max sequence. I'm just going to put a 2 on the end because I'm pretty sure that's what I called my first one. So I'm going to say trend with max sequence 2, and I will save it into here. So the latest folder. Perfect. Now you might remember from the SOP document that we've put together, I have been teaching people to call this trend with max sequence, and I'm going to call that number 2, our latest one. That is now renamed. So if we go into the portfolio builder, the account which I want to add it to here is trend with max sequence. I want to put my profile API key in here as well. So I'm just going to make sure I've copied that over. Profile API key. So I'm going to add profile. I'm going to find where I've saved this, and I'm going to select that here. Trend with max sequence. I'm going to click load profile, and that is successfully loaded into there. Restart MT5 instance, click yes. This will now open up the MT5 which I want to add this portfolio to, and once this loads I'll just show you how easy that it is just to get that set up. MT5 is now loaded. As you can see, it's the same as before. I've not got any accounts, any trades open or any charts. All I need to do now, file, profiles, and we've got trend with max sequence 2. Give that a click. It is now loading all three on here. I will just make sure that my algo trading's on. Click play, and now we've got all three charts loaded, ready to trade for the next time. Now, something that's also worth noting is I keep a good template of when I need to, reoptimize or potentially look at, the portfolio. So make sure that you keep that organized. Make sure you have how long your test was, what was your forward phase, when will it potentially need reoptimizing, and just stay on top of it and try and stagger them so you're not having to do too much at one point. Straight into a trade. So yeah, as you can see, GBP CAD has started trading already. Quite good to show you. Obviously it's in downtrend, so it's recognized the trend already, and you'll see that I've got a low lock profit on here. I want to be in the market, I want to be out. So yes, it's not going to bank thousands and thousands and thousands, but it is going to bank, and I am able to then scale that up as and when I would like to. I hope this has been useful. If you've got any questions, please feel free to message me in the community. But I just wanted to run you through the process and my thoughts on, how I look at everything when I'm moving forward.